Dear friends, I'm back with another machine on the Vulnhub, which is Holynix V1. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download it. The first problem you may have is that the IP address of the machine cannot be assigned automatically as usual. The reason for this is caused by hard-coded MAC address by the author, which is not a good thing. And to solve this issue, when you import or set up the new machine with this image, we need to manually configure its MAC address of the machine in the VirtualBox. And if we go back to, as you can see, the MAC address should be this one. We need to copy this MAC address into the VirtualBox, and then there will be no problem. The target or the machine can get the IP address successfully. So this is the first problem. Of course, from the difficulty level, I think this machine is a bit complicated to some extent. Before we move forward, however, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. Again, if you have trouble to set up this machine in your own lab with VirtualBox or VMware, please let me know in the comment below. And then I will try to help you to sort it out. Okay? So now we can go into the Holynix VM. First of all, we need to do the identification of the IP of the target, and we can use netdiscover command to do. As you can see, the IP address has been identified as 254. Maybe I can zoom in the terminal so you can see what's going on. Then we need to do the nmap scanning. I've already done nmap scanning earlier to save time. As you can see, I used the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and then, as usual, I put the option of -p- to do the comprehensive scan, and then use PN not to do the live testing with the target, and then use the option of ON to output or save the result into this file. From the nmap scanning, we can tell that there is just only one open port, which is 80, running HTTP service and also the version information. So what we are going to do is to do the enumeration both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser to do the enumeration manually first. Press enter, and maybe we can refresh this page. As you can see, you must log in to access restrict content. Before we try to log in by click this link, I'd like to check the source code of this page. You know, sometimes we can get some important information from the source code. Of course, in this case, we cannot get that sort of information. Now we go back. Also, we need to check whether this site has a robots file. Not found. And next, we can try to use Nigato to do the enumeration. You know, Nigato can give us information, a lot of information about the web application. For example, like the version information, the header information. Also can enumerate out some common files or directories, for example, like login, MISC, and icons. And if you have time, you can take a look at each of them, okay? To save time, I will not do that. Now we go back. And next, I think we need to do the go buster direction. Buster. Autocomplete this command. Meanwhile, to save time, I'd like to manually enumerate. Furthermore, we can click login, and we are required to provide username and password. We can try to use admin as username and also admin as password to test whether the target has weak credential vulnerability. However, bad username or password failed. Next, we can try to use the login bypass technique. Password. I have already demonstrated this technique. I mean the login bypass technique very often. If you have already followed my channel, you know this point, right? We can submit the bad username or password. Also, we need to make the same test against the password field. So the username is admin and password is admin single quote and all 1 equal 1 dash dash. Let's submit. As you can see, we are successfully logged in to this web server. This is the industries production server. And this must be the username. We can note down this information onto our notebook. Next, we need to take a look at the functions or links on the left. Home, of course, this is the home, and the directory. The surname, we can make some ordering. Maybe also we can check whether this page has SQLi vulnerability or not. And message board, nothing interesting. And also calendar, upload. Even we can upload file onto the target. And please choose a file. No file selected. Enable the automatic extraction of gzip archives. Security. Of course, later we can check whether we can upload PHP reverse shell file. But before we do that, we need to do furthermore enumeration manually, like security, email. The several options available, like email acceptable use. So we can display. And if we choose another one. So I think this link or this function give us access to different files. Maybe there is LFI vulnerability at the server. All right. As you can see, we got a different file back from the server. So now we need to go back to the terminal, the home. I think manually during the menu stage, we have already noticed existence of these files like index, home, login, header, footer, upload, transfer. So what is transfer? Maybe we can try to access this file, PHP. Content restrict. In other words, first of all, we need to authenticate to the target and then access this content. All right. And also calendar, message board, SSP. I think this file will give us access to different files, just you have already seen earlier, like email policy, like acceptable use policy. So now I think we need to test whether, because just now we have already know there is function upload. So then I think we can upload PHP reverse shell file. And I've already got this file earlier, and which you can get it from the Pentest Monkey website. After you download this file, you need to make some modifications in terms of the IP address or port number if you want to modify as well. I've already done that modification earlier. So next, I think we can browse, select, upload, home directory uploading disabled for user. So I think for this user or current user, Alamo cannot upload any file. So next, what we are going to do next, we need to get more username information and log in. Before we do that, we need to know the username information and then use the login bypass technique. So how to get that information? We need to dump data from the database. So far, we already know that the target has SQL injection vulnerability. So I think now we can use SQL map to do the automatic testing against this vulnerability. And then we can try to download or dump all data from the database, especially the username information, right? So now I think we need to we need to log out, and then we can log in and intercept this request. How to do? We can turn on or set the proxy to Bubble Suite, and then we can launch our Bubble Suite. Yeah, my edition is community edition, which doesn't matter. And we need to make sure the proxy or intercept option is on. Next, we can input random information like a domain and the password. Let's submit. As you can see, the Bubble Suite has intercepted the request. Then we can save this request to a file. We can use file name like IEQ text. Very simple. File name. Now I think we can also turn off the proxy. Then we need to open up the terminal and then use SQL map. And then the level 3. Because I have already done the testing earlier, so this process will be done quickly the second time. So yeah, has already identified the backend DBMS as my circle. Next, we need to enumerate the databases information on the target. There are 4 available databases on the target. And this one, from the name, we know that maybe this database contains sensitive information like account, even password. So we can use the option of uppercase D to specify the database name. And we need to know how many how many tables for this database. There are 5 tables, and this one is what we are looking for. From the name, we can tell, right? So we can use uppercase T, accounts, and then we can dump the data. As you can see, we got all username and password. Maybe we can copy this information and note it down to our notebook. Because earlier we have already manually tested this user, which cannot do uploading. Next, I think we can try this username. We can copy. Now we can paste in here. Even this time, we do not need to use the login bypass technique because we have already got the password. So we can copy the password and then submit. As you can see, we have already successfully logged in to the server, production server. And next we need to upload a file like a browse, shell, PHP, upload. The file has been uploaded. So where is the file located? Earlier, during the stage of the directory enumeration, we found one directory, upload. upload. However, this upload is not the location where the file is uploaded. You can check. Maybe we can open up another tab. Upload. As you can see, nothing there. So where is actually the file located or uploaded? I think this is the first trick, which is complicated or difficult. Do you remember the upload? Here there is message home directory uploader. So this, I think, means maybe the different user will upload different files onto different home directory. As you know, each user has its own home directory. So maybe, in the web or the URL, how to represent home directory, we can use this symbol. Yeah, and followed by the username. And now press enter. As you can see, you have already seen this file, what we've just uploaded. So next we can set up the listener and then access this PHP reverse shell file. However, we got the permission denied. So what's the problem? I think, of course, you can try so many different ways to bypass. You will not succeed at all. So I think we need to put this vector to one side and move forward, or to take a more enumeration. Do you remember? During the manual enumeration, we have already deduced that this file maybe have the LFI vulnerability. We need to use Burp Suite to make more detailed analysis. Analyze the request and response between the client or browser and the server. So we need to turn on the proxy again and turn on the intercept option of the Burp Suite. Then we can click display files. As you can see, we got the request. Then we can send this request to repeater module, and then we can make some testing, for example, to see whether we can access password file. As you can see, it can. And of course, then we can try to, after we can confirm the target has LFI injection vulnerability. So what else do we have to do? First of all, we need to check whether we can access private key. For example, we can copy this username and home send. Not succeed. And if you have time, you can try to access different private key for different user. And we will not do that. Also, we can check whether we can access log file. You will not succeed as well. And also you can check whether we can access Apache 2 access log. However, you will not get what you expect. So next, what we are going to do, maybe just now during stage of the upload, we need to get the source code of this file. Maybe I need to, the transfer. I think we have already test manually the transfer.php. Of course, you also can use Burp Suite to make more detailed analysis, and then you can know maybe this file is in charge of processing uploaded file. So we need to know how to process by this file. And because of this LFI vulnerability, maybe it's possible to retrieve the source code of this page, right? It's so reasonable, right? So now we can put transfer PHP send. As you can see, we got the source code of this page. And we can copy this PHP code. Copy and open another tab on our notebook, because this is clear for us to review this code. As you can see, the home directory and upload and the target base name, and that makes some conditional judgment. If uploaded file is application zip, and then and also the post has parameter ought to extract. It means that we need to enable. Do you remember in the upload page has one option? We need to enable that option to, so this, then we can got this value as true, okay? And then echo if the move uploaded file temporary name, echo file if command is equal 1, and then we execute command sudo tar. I think you know the function of tar. So maybe we need to, before we try to upload the PHP file, we need to make compressing by the tar command. Okay, so how to do? We need to go back. Maybe I can copy the shell to this one. Of course, we need to make it executable. And then we can use tar czvf and the lim and then PHP. Okay, it's done. Now, if we go back to the browser, maybe I can turn off the proxy and then go to the upload section and we can browse rev. Open. Yeah, this option is very important. After we enable this automatic extraction, and this will also be submitted in the form to the target. Then the server can know, this request has this value or this parameter, and the value is true because we have already enabled this option. Okay, now we can upload. Has been uploaded without problem. Now, if we go back the home directory of this user and refresh, as you can see, this compressed file has been automatically extracted to this file. Then, when we accept this file, and then I hope we can get the reverse shell. As you can see, it does work. And of course, we can next, it's obvious we need to spawn the bash session. And then we need to do the local immersion. There's so many users. Before we try to, make local or more local immersion, we need to check whether, because this one is a very easy step, we need to know the current user www data can run sudo or not. It can, although this is not a common practice. As you can see, we can run 4 commands without supplying the password of the root user. So next would be very easy to elevate our privilege. First, we can copy or move sudo, because we do not need to have the password of root user. Move sudo move bin ta to bin ta. And then we can make another move shu and bin ta sudo ta. As you can see, we have already become the root user. Then we can navigate to the root directory. I think we do not need to get the root flag. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.